This is an Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer crossover no one asked for, and I hope that's okay, because this story is gonna be too good not to tell. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to answer the what-if question, what if Tanjiro was a Titan? Because someone out there asked me this, so I feel like it's only fair I do it. If you don't know who Tanjiro is, he's the protagonist from Demon Slayer, a show about a boy who cut down every demon in existence after his family was slaughtered by demons and his sister turned into one. Now, I know very little about Demon Slayer, other than the fact that Tanjiro cuts down demons, and he has a breathing style called water breathing. So, let's just say that the world of Attack on Titan has magic powers called the Founding Titan. This power is granted to the current holder of the Titan, and it allows them to give their comrades special abilities based off of their will. So all of the holders of the Founding Titan's power have to have extraordinary willpower. The only person that can resist the Founding Titan's power is someone with royal blood, which also gives them the ability to transform into a Titan themselves. So here's where things get weird. Tanjiro is going to somehow end up with the power of the Founding Titan, but he'll still retain his human form. Yeah, I'm not sure how exactly it'll happen either. I'm writing this thing as I go along, but I hope that's okay. Now, I'm not entirely sure if everyone in this universe can use the Founding Titan's power, or just certain people. I'm just gonna assume that since Tanjiro is the main character, he'll be able to wield the power of the Founding Titan. But before he does, he needs to train his will with a bunch of hard work. That's how these things work, right? Like they're hard to control and require strong willpower. In the Demon Slayer universe, Tanjiro likely couldn't survive being turned into a Titan because the regenerative properties of a Titan would make him immortal, as long as he had even 1% of his jaw remaining. And we all know how annoying that is. It's been done to death. You could argue that Tanjiro being resurrected every time he dies is kind of like the whole plot of Code Geass, but it's really not. Tanjiro has no control over this power, though. He can't bring himself back. And what happens when he's brought back to life is completely up to fate, which is why he probably wouldn't survive it. In the world of Demon Slayer, becoming a Titan is a death sentence, unlike the Attack on Titan universe, where being a Titan is a great thing because Titans are basically unkillable unless you're Eren. So while training for his mission to find a cure for his sister, Nezuko, who is now a demon, Tanjiro comes across some ruins. In these ruins is a mysterious crystal that emits immense amounts of energy when touched. After touching the crystal, Tanjiro gains immense amounts of strength and senses an urge to devour humans. Realizing that he has become a Titan, Tanjiro immediately runs away before he hurts anyone. Now it's hard to explain how big the crystal's power is, because there aren't any other crystals in the Demon Slayer universe, nor is there any other source of Titan powers. But I'd like to think that this crystal is kind of like a battery that the Titan shifter uses to maintain their powers. When the battery runs out of juice, the shifter loses their power. The only way to recharge the battery is to consume human flesh. But anyways, after gaining the power of the Titans, Tanjiro goes on the run, avoiding both the Demon Slayers and the demons, trying to figure out what he should do. One day, Tanjiro finds a hidden cave to live in. In this cave, he meets another Titan shifter named Ymir. Ymir, seeing another Titan shifter, is shocked. She's never met another one before. She was simply turned into a Titan shifter by Fritzl several years ago during the fall of the walls, and she's just been living inside her cave ever since. She becomes friends with Tanjiro and teaches him how to control his newfound powers. Together, they form the first official Titan squad, consisting of one member and one associate member. One day, while Ymir is trying to teach Tanjiro how to use his newfound powers, she gets injured. Her Titan form is not very battle-ready, and since she hasn't eaten human flesh in a while, she's extremely weak. A group of demons come across Ymir's cave and decide to attack. Tanjiro, however, won't allow this. His resolve to protect his friend gives him the power to activate his true form. The crystal within him glows brightly, and he transforms into an incredibly powerful titan. Even the demons fear this titan because they can sense the enormous power it wields. Tanjiro, in his titan form, easily defeats the demons, saving Ymir. She thanks him for saving her life and says that she owes him one. But Tanjiro says that they need to team up if they want to survive in this world. Together, they'll be unstoppable. Ymir agrees, and together they set out to find more Titan shifters. They travel all around the country, searching for more shifters, but they find none. Ymir begins to lose hope, thinking that they may be the only two left. Tanjiro, however, refuses to give up. He wants to restore the balance between demons, humans, and Titans. They hear rumors of a third Titan shifter, someone who calls himself the Colossal Titan. This Titan shifter isn't like the others, though. He doesn't want to help anyone. He just wants to cause destruction. Tanjiro and Ymir find the Colossal Titan and try to convince him to join their cause, but he refuses. He says that he doesn't care about humanity, demons, or Titans. He just wants to destroy everything. Tanjiro, refusing to let this Titan destroy everything, tries to attack him. However, this angers the Colossal Titan, causing him to activate his true form. The Colossal Titan was definitely the biggest Titan Tanjiro had ever seen. He was at least 60 meters tall, maybe even taller. The Colossal Titan charged towards Tanjiro, ready to crush him. But Tanjiro wouldn't go down without a fight. He activated his full power and transformed into a Titan as well. Now, I'm not entirely sure what Tanjiro's Titan form would look like, so I'm just going to describe it. Tanjiro's Titan form is very similar to his human form. He has dark green skin and black hair. His jaw is rather unique. It's kind of like a deer's jaw, if that makes sense. His teeth are sharp, but not as sharp as a normal Titan's teeth. I think he should have retractable claws as well. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that design. Tanjiro charges at the Colossal Titan, trying to slash him. However, the Colossal Titan is way too fast for Tanjiro. He swings his arm back and sends a powerful punch flying towards Tanjiro. The force of the punch knocks Tanjiro back several meters. He stands back up and shakes off the pain. He knew that brute strength wouldn't work against the Colossal Titan, so he had to use his speed instead. Tanjiro dashes at the Titan and tries to slash him again. However, the Titan blocks the attack and sends another punch flying towards Tanjiro. The punch hits its mark and sends Tanjiro flying through the air. He lands on the ground with a thud. Ymir, watching the battle, knew that she had to help Tanjiro, or else he'd be crushed to death. She activates her Titan form and charges into the battle. She tackles the Colossal Titan and tries to bite him. But the Titan shakes her off and sends a powerful kick towards her. The kick sends Ymir flying through the air. She crashes into a tree and blacks out. Tanjiro, seeing his friend get hurt, becomes enraged. His rage gives him more strength. His crystal glows brightly, and he transforms into a much more powerful Titan. In his new form, Tanjiro is much stronger and much faster. He dashes at the Colossal Titan and slashes him across the chest. The Colossal Titan roars in pain as blood begins to pour out of the wound. Tanjiro keeps slashing at the Titan until it collapses. The Titan lets out a final roar before collapsing onto the ground. Tanjiro and Ymir stand over the dead Titan. They had won the battle, but the war was far from over. There were still demons, humans, and Titans to defeat. And Tanjiro knew that it would take a lot of time and effort to do it, and that's the end of this crossover. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was a bit different from my usual videos, but I wanted to try something new. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Oh, and thank you all for 30,000 subscribers. It means a lot to me. Anyways, bye.